Okay, let's have some fun today. James Middick speaking, trainingsites.io. It's Friday, a little bit of a follow-up, and this one is a follow-up on a session I did earlier in the week all about keeping track of all of this ChatGPT and AI prompt stuff. And I just want to, in this video, what I want to do is I want to go over, I just want to clarify something. One of the things that I was talking about, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, was about the fact that I'm getting overwhelmed by all of this AI stuff. And specifically, I'm not being overwhelmed by the AI tools, and I want to make sure you understand this distinction. It's not the tools that are overwhelming me, it is the prompts and the answers or the content that I'm getting from the prompts as it relates to creating online courses and creating online content. And that online content can be anything. It can be stuff that's a course. It can be descriptions of courses. It can be syllabus of courses. It can be graphics for courses. But the thing is, all of this content's coming very quickly, and I'm struggling organizing that. And I introduced a couple ideas earlier in the week, just talking about different approaches to actually taking care of it. That was covered, and I'll put the link below to that other video. Hopefully be able to see it below. And again, like and subscribe to the channel if you like AI stuff and creating online courses and all the services and content creation and building your training site, creating courses and selling them. That's what we do at trainingsites.io. This whole thing right now is really about how to effectively, what I want to talk about is how to effectively manage the prompts. Not the tools, but the prompts and the content from the prompts. Now, I'm going to show you a screen actually a little bit earlier. Hopefully this one will come up. Let's do this one here. Okay, so this one here is, and I'll open this one up. This one is, there's an AI for that, is a website. And I covered this, I think about a month ago. I just want to go over it again just so that you can see it. But this thing is growing like hotcakes. And it is a directory for AI tools, not for prompts, but for the tools and organizing the tools. And that's not what I'm worried about. There's always going to be great directories for doing something like that. And just to look on the screen here, I just signed in again. And it's asked me what are some of the things I want to look at. For example, I want to keep my eye on prompts. I want to do about ChatGPT prompts and go through. Let's do start. And you can see that there's tasks. So I can go and search a task and say, want to create an online course. No matches. Let's see what happens. That's not good. Online courses has one here. Okay, there we go. So course design, it's course creation, interactive education. There's a whole bunch of subdirectories here for tools, right? So if I go and say course creation, I click on that one. And let's say I do one about interactive courses. And some of these can even be opened, right? I'm going to pick that one, course development, online business strategies, e-learning development. Let's do one about course management. And I go through and I'm saving these preferences. So I'm basically saying which are the ones that are of biggest interest to me. So I'm just going to save them and keep track of them. And do I want to get a digest of these added? And I'm going to say yes, we'll keep it the way it is. That's fine. It's loading them up. And it's basically got waiting for approval, configure your digest. So it's going to go through and it's going to organize the tools. So every time I log in, it's going to give me a listing of the AI tools current and also for the additional tools that are available. If you look on the top left here, it says 3 of 14,000. So 14,000 different AI tools. Someone is keeping track of that. Someone is keeping track of that. Not really what I need to do, because what's happening, and here's the problem, if I use some of these tools and I get good at using them for creating my online courses and my online content, there's two things that happen. The first one is that you are going to find that you get into a rhythm or a habit or a certain kind of prompt or type of prompt or structure of prompt that you use irrespective of the tool. So there has to be a way to keep track of the prompts, not the tools, but the prompts. That's the first thing you need to be able to do. The second thing is that if you are using the prompts, you're going to get in trouble shortly thereafter because you're going to be creating content. And when you're creating content, remember, it's a conversation. It's not just prompt answer. Take it away. It's prompt answer, clarification prompt answer, redo, prompt answer, answer prompt, redo, and you end up with pages and pages of content starting from a single prompt for a single content idea. And where does all of this content go? If you have any suggestions on ways that you're doing it that are working really well for you, put them in the comments below. Let me know. I would love to see how you're doing them. In that previous video, I talked about the fact that there's kind of two services with this one. One is you have something that's in your campus, your learning campus, your business, that's self-hosted, like on your WordPress site, which what we decided. The other one is you use these other tools to organize them. But there's still a whole bunch that has to go on there because there's still those things that are important, the prompt and the results. And for the results, if you have an agency like we do, it even becomes harder because we have our internal prompts and answers that we get for standard operating procedures, content, marketing content, all of that stuff. But we also have to keep track of the stuff that we do for our clients. So if you have clients and or customers and you're generating content for them, you're going to be in an even worse position because you've got another whole set or grouping of prompts and content that you have to take care of for yourself. And I'll show you how quickly this can get out of control for you. Now, what I'm going to do, let me open this one up. I was working with a client today, and I'm just going to show you. I'll open this up, and I don't think it's a... We're doing a course on corporate aircraft security and a topic called Jetikit. And Jetikit is all about, in this case, Jetikit is all about what happens with someone who's taking someone on a corporate aircraft. What are all the physical things on the plane, all of the custom services that you provide, whether it be cybersecurity or food or seating arrangements or any of the additional pieces that are there. Now, I went and I started doing some research on this for the client, and at the end of the day, I had, if you look here, I have 47 pages of content that is directly related to the course. So I've been using ChatGPT and some other tools that I talked about in other videos, and I'm actually got a real cool clarification that we did on this one. But on that one, what I did is I got 47 pages on a Google Doc for one section. There was 4 lessons in one section of a 30 section. It was a big mastery program, but it's a ton of content for one customer. And how did I get there? How did we actually get that 47 pages? Was it because we did one prompt? No, not at all. It wasn't one prompt at all. What it was is, if I open this up, I'm just going to open up ChatGPT and see if we can get a page there that shows up. There we go. So this particular one, if you look on the right-hand side, hopefully you'll be able to see it going up and down. This is ChatGPT. I've got it installed on my local machine here. So if you take a look at it, it started up here with a prompt, and these prompts have been clarified, added, structured based on this particular course or this particular project. So you can go down and you look on ChatGPT. We got this on down, down, down. It gets content. We got a reply. We take some of it. We take others of it. We expand on it. We get checklists. You're creating all of this course content. But on the left-hand side here, take a look on the left-hand side, and I'll move my screen over. Hopefully you'll be able to see it better, this one here. On the left-hand side, you can see it's got today, yesterday, 2 days ago, last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. These are the chats that I had over the period of time. Now, how am I going to keep track of those? One of the things that's interesting is Claude, the new Claude tool, actually allows you to organize these. So it kind of makes this part redundant because it allows you to keep everything in context, where you're going to be able to manage the prompts and the courses that you're doing because you'll be able to separate them and organize them. But with ChatGPT right now, there's not an easy way of doing that. There might be a ChatGPT plugin that you can do that's already created for that. I haven't looked. I don't know about that. But I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to move some of the course created stuff over to Claude because it allows for better organization. I don't know the best way to do this. I'm looking for as much help as you are. The thing is that as we're creating all of this content and working through all of these, you're going to have some kind of system that works for you that allows you to organize it. And I wouldn't be surprised if what's going to happen in the next little while is we're actually going to have someone who's going to build an AI tool to keep track of the prompts and the results that we get from the prompts. Because that's the real value there when you think about it, right? It's like not the fact that there's 14,000 or 15,000 different AI tools there, but it's managing the content from the prompts. And if you're a course creator or a content creator, you're creating YouTube videos, you're creating blog posts, you're creating social media, keeping track of your own personal library. Think of it as a library. We talk about online campuses and sharing and building online education businesses. That digital exhaust, our ability to hang on and organize and curate that, is the key to being able to present it back in a way that we can monetize it in something that creates a skill and or a transformation or gives people answers to something that they don't have. Again, all of this content's coming out quickly. It's very, very, very important in the long term. And if you take a look at these, you now have a history to go back and figure out and say, hey, what's really important? How did I prompt that makes this special? What is the thing that I did with this particular prompt that makes it much better for me? Just go and scroll up here so we can take a look at some of the stuff that I wrote at the start with that one. But if you think this is a problem now, it's going to get a lot worse. And keeping track of it is the big part. The application is the time and energy you're going to have to spend if you don't do this. Think what happens is if you got a library today, and let's say you've got 1,000 pages of content you've generated, and that's today. And you've been using an AI tool for maybe, 1 month, 2 months, maybe 3 months. But if you've got 1,000 pages of content that you've done, and you've maybe used 20 or 30, 40 variations of a similar prompt, what's going to happen in 3 months from now or 6 months from now when you've got completely different prompts that are either working better or not working as well when you had no way to organize them? Think of the content you're creating for courses now. What happens in 3 months from now or 6 months from now when you go back and look at that course? Where's the archive? How did you come up with that content? What are the prompts that you used to do that? This is going to get a lot bigger, and you're going to have some kind of solution in place. We're using Better Docs right now. Again, if you have one that makes more sense, that's going to work better, I'd love to see it. Tell me what you have. Tell me how you're using it. Let's figure this out, because it's going to cost us a lot of time and a lot of money over the long term. And at the end of the day, if we can do better at this, we're going to be able to create better courses quicker, and they're going to be able to answer the questions that people have that we have expertise in. So I hope you enjoy this. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This is James Maduke speaking, trainingsites.io. Come and join our community. Love to help you out, talk about this. And of course, if you just want this all done for you, if you want courses created for you, if you want your campus marketed, if you want your campus and training site set up and you want us to help you do it and or do it with you, just reach out, book a time with us, and we'd love to help you out. So we'll talk to you probably again today. This is, I think it's been on, 15, 20 minutes right now. I'm going to do some other videos today because there's kind of some offshoots on this that are really, really important, that are separate items. We're producing these as quickly as we can. They're live. If you have something you want to see, just let me know, and I'll do my best to get it created. Take care. Expect the best.